Hi there, today is October 26th, and holy shit, I've been getting the most incredible, deep insights and seeing how it applies in my own life, which is always like great slash scary. My eyes look really weird in this light. Yeah, so anyway, what I've recognized is what I really have been meaning all these years when I say let love lead. Like, that is actually my website, Let Love Lead. And I keep talking about love, and I keep saying that love will heal the world, but I haven't actually been understanding what that means. And, you know, I had this really cool awareness last night about the inner child, and what we experience growing up is what we believe we deserve. So we experienced emotions according to how we saw our parents treating themselves, how they treated one another, and how we were treated. So, as we continue to experience those things, that created beliefs, and that formed what we believe we deserve. Those beliefs send us our thoughts. Those thoughts create our emotions. When we believe the thoughts, they create our emotions, and the emotions that we feel is what is what is reflected in the receptors in our cells. And so over time we crave, and then we become addicted to how we felt growing up. And then what happens is everything in our life is attracted according to what we believe. So it's basically like our beliefs create this blueprint for our life until we shift the belief. But the reason this happens is because something needs to show us what we believe to be true. And so everything in our life is attracted to that. And it's attracted to that so that we can be like, huh, I keep attracting people who reject me. I must believe that I deserve to be rejected. I keep attracting this. I keep attracting that. Okay, well, I must believe these things to be true. One thing we have to remember, there's a global heart of humanity, and things that are happening in the world are happening because of what the heart of humanity is attracting. So there are things that happen to us that are helping to shift humanity. But what we're here to heal are the things that we're personally holding, because that's going to shift the heart of humanity, and we're going to create a new world. But we have to stop being distracted by the world in order to do this. We have to start to really love ourselves. Like, that inner child, whatever it was programmed with, that is what everybody calls the devil. Because people say, the devil's in your thoughts, and he's making this happen, and he's making you doubt, and he's making you afraid, and he's doing all of this. They call it a devil and they call it evil. That's actually not true. And the reason why it's so dangerous for us to keep believing that is because when we believe it's a devil, we're blaming the devil. We're not actually doing what needs to be done in order to heal our wounds. And in order to heal your wounds, you have to see that small child, you have to hold that small child, and you have to love that small child. And like I said, as long as we're believe that we're blaming a devil or blaming our parents or whatever it may be, we're actually not stepping into the vibration of love in order to heal. And the reason I keep talking about why it's so important to connect to a higher power, to me, when I connect to God, I see it as a loving mother and a loving father, because I want to be held and loved and encouraged and protected by unconditional love that God is. But I love to see it as a mother and a father, because what that does is it is it teaches me what I should have felt growing up. And I had wonderful parents, but we all have been programmed by our parents' fear and their lack. So this isn't about blame. This is about we all carry wounds, we all hold trauma, and it's time to release it. But as long as we're blaming our parents or blaming a devil, that is not the energy of healing. The energy of healing is love. And so when we feel loved by this unconditional, these loving parents, when we actually sit with that, that's why we sit in meditation for at least an hour a day, because it's not just meditation anymore. It's holding our heart and allowing your heart to be connected to what that is, to the energy of feeling loved, to the energy of feeling safe, to the energy of being encouraged, to the energy of, I'm okay. I'm okay. The world is okay. Everything is okay because I am in the hands of God. And as you start to feel like you are in the hands of God, then you use that to hold your inner child. God holds you, you hold your inner child. God is not going to heal your wounds and your inner child. God uses you to do that. That is why it's so important. That is why we have to step away from the devil's in my mind. No, they called it the devil because they didn't know anything about science back then. It's not a devil. It's not evil. It's a wound. It's your hurt. Hurt people, and hurt people hate people. And what we're here to do is love that. Be the love for that fear. It's purely fear. It's nothing bigger than fear. And the scariest people in the world are the most hurt people. And I'm not saying start out by loving the scary people, but start out by loving yourself. And then you're going to have love for the people in your family. You're going to have love for your children. You're going to have love for the people that may have hurt you and harmed you. And then you're going to be able to have love for the scariest, meanest, saddest people on the planet that are doing the most destruction. That's not step one. But love heals everything. And I had this incredible awareness tonight about how life would have been different if our parents would have really loved and respected and been vulnerable with one another. And some of us may have had parents that did those things, but some of us didn't. And especially now, there are so many relationships that are ending in divorce. And if it's not ending in divorce, people are married to people that they don't like. I'm not saying that every relationship is healable. I'm divorced. It wasn't healable. But what if a lot of them are? And what we're here to do is really start to do something different and really just tell the people in our lives that I love you. And they may reject us, but they may love us. And we don't get to choose what that's going to be, but we get to be the people that step into love, that become love, and we're going to then attract loving partners. But if we don't actually do it, we're going to keep attracting people that reject us over and over. Today I stepped into a huge unknown and told a person in my life that when I'm in his arms, I feel safe, that he is a kind and loving person, and that I appreciate him. And what I've been doing over and over and over is running from him because I'm afraid to be loved. And I don't know how the story ends, but what I did today was something that I have not seen done in my life. And that is just be open and honest with someone and say, I have feelings for you. I keep running from you because I'm actually more afraid of being loved than I am afraid. I can be rejected 8 million fucking times. I've done that. It's the fear of being loved that is holding me back. And I'm really just sitting with this tonight. So thank you for listening. I will talk to you tomorrow.